The Democrat Abdul El-Sayed has won Michigan's Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate. He defeated the four-term Congresswoman Haley Stevens in one of the most closely watched races of the 2026 midterm election cycle. The result is a big win for the Democrat Party's progressive wing. It also sets up a pretty high-stakes general election in one of America's key swing states. The race was much tighter than many had expected. More than 1.5 million ballots were counted, but fewer than 15,000 votes apparently separated the two candidates. The final margin was just under 1 percentage point. After claiming victory, El-Sayed struck a unifying tone. He said that Michigan Democrats must now come together to defeat the Republicans in November.
This country of ours, this America of ours is more than a flag, it's more than a set of colors. If you're a patriot, then you better fight for an America that is America for all of her kids. That's what this is about, building a movement to take our democracy back, to serve the people who absolutely deserve the best of what America has to offer.
The Michigan was in fact one of the 5 states that held primary elections on Tuesday. The results offered an early glimpse of the political mood ahead of the midterms. They also highlighted the growing ideological divide within both major parties. The focus now shifts to November. Can El-Sayed's progressive message appeal beyond the Democratic base? Can he win over the moderate and the independent voters in the swing state? And those are some of the questions that both parties will be watching very closely. The Democrats believe his ability to energize the supporters could in fact boost the turnout, and the Republicans argue that his policies are too far to the left for many voters. On the other hand, Vice President J.D. Vance used Abdul El-Sayed's primary victory to step up Republican attacks on Democrats, and he suggested that El-Sayed could eventually emerge as a presidential contender, and also warned that such a development could in fact undo what he described as the Trump administration's achievements.
God forbid you're going to have President El-Sayed in 3 years. We don't want him to undo all the incredible work that we've been doing when we've been taking out the fraudsters and saving the American people money. And in order to make this really work, we need our colleagues in Congress to really codify some of this stuff, to make sure that it becomes law.
Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has also entered the discourse with a sharp swipe on entire counting process. He called Wayne County one of the most corrupt voting areas in the United States. He said that it witnesses more voting there than number of registered voters. He also referred to one Democrat candidate as communist and other as a radical left one. Trump has predicted that later candidate has a real shot. However, he did not mention as to who is who. His comments reflect the Republican strategy of portraying the Democratic nominee as well as being well to the left of the political mainstream. El-Sayed will now face the Republican Mike Rogers in what is expected to be one of the most competitive Senate races in the country. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.